I hope today's um, session is going to be very inspiring for everybody and get us all moving and grooving on things. There we go. Finally. All right. So, good morning. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Welcome to your early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum here with some words of wisdom to start your day off well. And not only words of wisdom, but calls to action. Good morning, Beth. Glad you are here. Welcome. Calls to action. And do they have to be big types of action? No, we're talking teeny tiny here. Teeny tiny. So we'll have some good stuff to address today. We're going to give it a minute here and let the others hop on once they see that we're live. And I hope you all had a great yesterday. I had a great yesterday, even though my darling granddaughter was being a little bit obstreperous. Good morning, Nancy. Welcome. I think we are on the cusp of a growth spurt. Good morning, Jill O'Neill. Glad you are here. And she was a little bit owly. So it was the hold her and bounce and hold her and bounce and walk the floor and hold her and bounce. And so, yeah, I got my arm workout big time and my neck. So yeah, and I might be. Good morning, Gwen. Glad you are here. Welcome. Adding some extra days up there. So we might actually end up doing early morning intuitive guidance from up there now and then because the other grandma is finding it being a bit more taxing than she thought it was going to be. Well, she's still working full time and she's babysitting Scarlett quite a few days a week. So she's hoping to jettison Saturdays. And so I may be the one picking some of those up, if not all of them. We shall see. We shall see how it unfolds. But one of the things I was thinking about yesterday was how even though I heavily edit how much news I get access to, yesterday, hearing about the SAVE Act was like, oh my God. Oh my God. So my thought was, we can't afford to allow, oh my God, to be our reaction. We need to do other things. So I thought, where do I get my best advice on doing other things? Good morning, Gwen. I think I said hi to you. If not, good morning, Gwen. We're going back to Holy Moments, folks. Holy Moments, a handbook for the rest of your life by Matthew Kelly. And my hope is, and we're going to talk about the divine math of all of this. My hope with all of this is not only does it put some fuel in your tanks, but puts you in the position of talking to others about this. Just even in concept would be fabulous, just to plant more seeds, because this is a wave waiting to take off, right? So let's put a little wind behind this wave and see what we end up with. But as always, let's start with some tapping and some breath. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Let your shoulders drop. Boy, are they sore. That baby's getting heavy. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Feeling grounded and solid in Mother Earth. When we're feeling a little bit tippy and off kilter, Mother Earth is our grounding source. Ground yourself definitely in Mother Earth. It is good. Whether that's taking a walk, whether that's sitting outside and listening to the birds who are very noisy today. They've got the hedge filled up with they've turned it into an apartment building and they are being noisy. So again, there's things going on in our lives, and as has been predicted, July looks like it's likely to be a hayride through hell. And next week, this coming week, is likely to be part of that hell in terms of the heat. So warning up front, folks, if you know of elderly people, people with disabilities, people who are disenfranchised, please check in with them this coming week. It's going to be hotter than the hinges of hell. And people who don't have air conditioning, well, and like with my father, we're going to need to be very attentive to what he's doing because he likes to be outside in the sun because he can't regulate his temperature anymore with his winter vest on and all the things. And he doesn't like drinking water. Recipe for disaster right there. So be attentive to those around you who, might not be in the headspace of taking good care of themselves when it's hot like that. So, what I want to do is I want to read the definition of a holy moment, and I want to read some examples of holy moments and some of the little things that he suggests are holy moments. And then I want to talk about the math, this fantastic spiritual math that occurs with this thing. And we are on the cusp, people. We are on the cusp of turning things around, and we need to do so. And it's going to be grassroots movements. And loud and clear, I can't even remember who said it. Maybe some of you brilliant folks will remember the person who said that it's going to be the Western woman who changes the trajectory. Here we are. Let's step up. So, for those of you who have the book, and I hope you all have the book, and if you don't have the book, you can order them for free. You get 6 books. You pay for the shipping only, not the books. Keep one for yourself, turn it into one of those little Bibles, kind of like Tosha, and hand the other 5 out, explaining what you're doing. So here's the explaining part, okay? So for those of you who like to read along, we're on page 35. A holy moment is a single moment in which you open yourself to God, Spirit, Creator, all that is, whatever word works for you. You make yourself available. You set aside personal preference and self-interest, and for one moment, you do what you prayerfully believe God, Spirit, Creator is calling you to do. So, in other words, you step up. You step up. You've given away 3 boxes of books so far. Wahoo! I think I have 3 also. Cool. Let's make this a collaboration. How many books can we give away? How many books can we give away? I put one in the little free library over at the school, and then had this amazing fantasy in my mind about which kid's going to pick that book and read this and let it change their life. Let it change their life. Just such a cool thing. So, just want to share a couple of stories about this, and these are the boots on the ground stories, okay? Holy moments. What does that even mean, right? Well, here's 2 stories, and then I'm going to give you a list of a bunch of other stuff, and then we're going to talk about the math. So, this is page 48. Tony Harris discovered something about himself. He is a very impatient listener. Good morning, Abigail. Glad you are here. Welcome. We're doing holy moments. We're doing holy moments. He constantly finds himself wanting to jump in, interrupt, and make a point. Any of the rest of us? I know I've done it. For the past 4 years, he has been consciously trying to become a more patient listener. That's a lot of patient holy moments. Just by focusing on changing this one horrible habit I developed over my life, I find I am more patient with my wife, my children, my colleagues at work, my pastor, the strangers who cross my paths, even the people who really irritate me. Holy moments cannot be contained. They reach out into every relationship and aspect of our lives. So he probably started with his family, right? I'm going to be more patient and not interrupt my family members when they're telling me a story, when they're talking to me. Then it begins to leak into other things. Yeah. So it doesn't mean you have to overhaul your entire life here. No, people are tired, overwhelmed, exhausted. We're not talking you have to rehab everything you do. We're talking about make one little change. So we'll talk about that. This next one is a bigger change, but there's tons of little ones. So it says Anastasia Petrov is a Russian immigrant and nurse. She says, I love America. Hang in there, Anastasia. Right now is probably not your peak time being here. I love America, she says to me with her 62-year-old smile. A few years ago, one of the other nurses at the hospital where she works got cancer and had to take some time off from work. Anastasia didn't know her very well, but she knew that the other nurse had 3 kids and that she needed to work. The hospital's policy allowed for the sick nurse to have 6 weeks off with pay, but after that, her time away from work was without pay. How brutal, how barbaric. Moving on. At lunch one day, Anastasia heard some of the other nurses talking about doing one of those online funding projects to help out. We can do better than that, Anastasia said to her colleagues. They all turned and stared at her in surprise. You see, Anastasia was a quiet woman. She was a listener. Plenty of lunch breaks would pass without her saying a single word. Perhaps it was just her personality, or maybe it was the result of being raised in Russia under the weight of communism. What do you mean? One of her colleagues finally asked. Everyone loves Jane, the sick nurse. She's always doing kind things for people. Each nurse has 3 12-hour shifts a week. All we need to do is find 3 nurses each week to volunteer to do an extra shift. The other nurses stared at her with astonishment and admiration. I'll organize the schedule, Anastasia added. And so she did. Each week while Jane was off work, Anastasia found 3 nurses to do an extra shift so that Jane could continue to be paid her full salary. I learned about this from Sophia, another nurse at the hospital. How long was Jane off from work? I asked Sophia. 3 years, she replied with a smile. Anastasia is a saint, she continued. Talk about holy moments. I figure Anastasia triggered about 10 million holy moments at lunch that day. So here's some description of some holy moments. Modify at will. Pick and choose. Do multiples of some and none of others. Here's some options. Holy moments come in all shapes and sizes. Here are some everyday examples. Good morning, Barb. Glad you are here. We're doing holy moments. Control your temper, even if you are fully justified in losing it. Pray before making a decision. Encourage someone, coach someone, praise someone, affirm someone. Even just being the person, let's just say at work or at home, who finds one thing someone did good that day and points it out. Thank you for putting the dishes away. Thank you for vacuuming the carpet. Boy, I'd be all over that one if someone vacuumed the carpet for me. Thank you for putting my car in last so I can get out first this morning. Whatever it is, thank you for setting up the coffee pot. Little bitty things. Show your gratitude. Be patient with that person who drives you crazy. Do something that helps you become a better version of yourself, even when you don't feel like it. So maybe you stretch one morning. Maybe you go for a walk one morning. Maybe you greet your neighbor one morning. Give whoever is in front of you your full attention. That is a holy moment. Begin each day with a short prayer of gratitude. End each day with a list of gratitudes. I find that makes me such a happier person. Catch someone doing something right and praise them. Overlook an offense against you. And I'm going to add to that one. Give people the benefit of the doubt. Don't automatically assume they had ill intent. Give people the benefit of the doubt. Go out of your way to make the new person feel welcome. Take your spouse's car and fill it with gas. Take an interest in someone. Ask them about the best part of their day. Ask to hear their dreams. Give someone a life-changing book, like this one perhaps. Stand up for someone who's being bullied or belittled. Write a love letter. Clean up the mess even though you didn't make it. Express your appreciation to someone who helps you. Pray for the people who are having the hardest day of their lives right now. Teach someone about holy moments. An easy way to do that is to give someone a copy of the book. Teaching someone about holy moments could trigger thousands of holy moments. That's what I thought when I put the book in the little free library. I have no idea where this is going to go, but I'm so excited for whoever picks up this particular book. This is hope in a book right here. We will send you the book. Just visit holymomentsbook.com. Holymomentsbook.com. Will some of you put that in the feed, please? As many of you as would, I would appreciate it. Holymomentsbook.com, and request 6 free copies of the book to share with others. Imagine how many holy moments you will trigger in a person's life by introducing them to the idea. These are all examples of everyday holy moments. There are some amazing stories here, but holy moments come in all shapes and sizes, and most of them are small and anonymous. Put a can of soup in the soup pantry or in the food pantry. The important takeaway is the realization that holy moments are possible, not just for other people, but for you. That is an amazing discovery. Thank you, thank you, thank you, ladies. I appreciate it. Every day you will see opportunities for holy moments. And again, the same as changing your perspectives, right? If I tell you pay attention to green cars, you're going to see green cars everywhere where you had never seen them before. Same for this. Pay attention to holy moment opportunities. You will see them everywhere now. Everywhere. He says these opportunities are literally everywhere. There is a way to respond to every situation that transforms it into a holy moment. And there is nothing more fulfilling than collaborating with Spirit to create holy moments. Holy moments are going to make you insanely happy. So now, for those of you who are the Missouri Show Me people, thank you, thank you, thank you. This is awesome. I want to do the numbers. I want to run the numbers for you. For the Eeyores of the group who are going to go, well, it's never going to work, or there's never going to be that many people who are interested, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's talk about that. If I asked you to go out and create 1,000,000 holy moments, you would feel overwhelmed. This feeling would probably lead you to conclude that it is impossible for you to create 1,000,000 holy moments. But is it? That depends on whose math class you take. Can we change the world? Most people believe it is impossible. They believe the culture has become too powerful and nothing we can do will alter that. I don't believe that. And this is why. It's called the principle of spiritual multiplication. What is spiritual multiplication? It's a method that Jesus himself chose as the foundation of his ministry and the strategy he put in place to change the world. It's based on one very simple idea. Invest in a small group of people, teaching them how to create holy moments, then empower them to go out and do the same for another small group of people. There are 2 collaborations that will change the world. Collaborate with God in creating holy moments, and collaborate with Spirit again to teach other people how to create holy moments. How many people? 3. 3. Do you know 3 people? 3. Okay? That's all it takes. 3 people. If every person who read this book committed to teaching 3 other people to create holy moments, we would change the world. Are we ready for a different world? I know I'm beyond ready. Let's do this thing. My dream is to unleash a massive tidal wave of holy moments by raising up an amazing grassroots movement to transform our culture one holy moment at a time. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to create holy moments in your own life and teach 3 other people about holy moments. Everything you need to do that is in this little book. And I don't even think this book is 100 pages long. Let me see. Oh, yeah, 116. 116. We can all read 116 pages. We could read this book to kids, a bunch of kids. Wouldn't that be awesome? It may seem like too little to have any real impact. It may seem like it would take forever at that rate, but not once you understand God's math lesson. Let's take a look at the divine strategy known as spiritual multiplication. You are just one person. You teach 3 other people about holy moments. 1 plus 3 is 4. So now there's 4 of us who know about holy moments. And those 3 new people teach 3 other new people, which adds up to 13. And those 9 new people teach 3 more people. So the 13 plus the and you get to 40, and so it goes. 40 turns into 121. 121 turns into 364. 364 turns into 1,093. 1,093 turns into 3,280. 3,280 turns into 9,841. 3 more iterations beyond that, and you have the whole city of Arlington, Virginia. Do 2 more iterations of that, and that's more people than live in Philadelphia and Austin combined. 2 more iterations, that's more than the entire populations of New York, Chicago, and LA. Can you see how fast this thing grows? Another iteration, and there are 195 countries in this world, and this is more than the population of 57 of those countries combined. 2 more rounds, and it's almost twice the population of the United States. That's just in 18 cycles, right? 3 more cycles, and we hit 15.7 billion people. There are less than 8 billion people on the planet today. It would take less than 21 cycles to reach the world's whole population. Just 1 more cycle after that, and you would reach the entire population of the next 100 years. That's the power of spiritual multiplication. You can order Spanish too. Fabulous. That's awesome. Yeah. Gave them away at the church's diaper distribution where many of the clients speak Spanish. Beautiful. Brilliant. Brilliant. One little change to the plan, and look at what she's opened up. Fabulous. This principle of spiritual multiplication is real. It's powerful, and it demonstrates how people like you and me can change the world by collaborating with God. This is the power of God's math. The world has problems. Nobody disagrees with that. Holy moments and spiritual multiplication are the answer. Okay, so here's where he's going to get a little tough with us. It's time for us all to stop making excuses and to encourage each other to discover what is possible. It's your turn and my turn. It's time to do our part. It's time to renew our commitment to walking in this way, to create holy moments, to become the best version of ourselves, and to pray for Spirit to lead us to the 3 people we're meant to share this wisdom with. So let's see. There was one more part here I wanted to hit. Yes. So here's the Eeyore. Here's the naysayer. Everyone who reads the book won't do it, someone said last week. I know that. But here's the beautiful thing. Lots of people, Gwen, won't stop once they share the wisdom of holy moments with 3 people. The joy they get from sharing it with 3 people will lead them to share it with 3 more people. When they see how that impacts those people, they will want to share it with everyone who crosses their path. Don't forget to visit holymoments.com and request 6 free copies of this book to give to the people you feel called to share the message with. So there, when you're sitting there thinking, there's nothing I can do about the SAVE Act, there's nothing I can do about voters being ousted off the rolls, there's nothing I can do about, people going hungry, there's nothing I can do about people not having air conditioning when we get this heat wave. What can you do? Stop focusing on what you think you can't do. What can you do? I wandered over to the food pantry. My sister had bought a whole bag of stuff. So I wandered over to the food pantry, and there was very little in there. So I stocked it up. Good stuff, too. Didn't eat more beef stew. Put some stuff in there. Fill it up. Put a pack of diapers in there. That would be awesome. Put some tampons in there. That would be awesome. Do the things. And they don't have to be big things. They can be little things. When you're shopping, add 1 or 2 more things to your cart. When you're shopping, maybe you help a person ahead of you who's having to put things back because they don't have enough money. When you're shopping, maybe you help the mom who's got 3 little kids and one of them is losing it all over the floor. Maybe you tend to the other 2 while she deals with that one. Or you deal with the one who's losing it because they're likely to kind of snap too when it's not mom dealing with that. We all know how this goes, right? Hold the door for the person who's carrying the car seat that weighs 1,000 pounds with the kid in it, right? Little bitty things. Let someone into traffic. Hold a door. Whatever. Little bitty things. We all can do this. And today, I challenge all of us to talk to 3 people about this concept of holy moments. And if they're one of the poo poo kind of people, ask them if they'd read the book if you get it for them. Get a box of 6 books. Give one to that person. Keep one for yourself if you already gave yours away. The other 4, hand them out. Put them, drive around the city, find all the little free libraries, put them in there. Put them in there. And wouldn't it be cool to put your email address in there and say, I'd love to hear about your holy moments? Maybe they'll send you an email. How cool would that be? So we're getting long-winded here. We are at 26 minutes. Woo, this is a long one, but this is such good stuff. Please share it. Please share it. Have an awesome Saturday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye.